Greetings, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, my fellow poultry farmers, wherever you are, my fellow entrepreneurs. I say hi to everyone. It's a beautiful day back in the village, Migori County. As usual, daily routine while in the village, guys. What I usually do, you can see. Let's just proceed straight away. What we usually do. Hi Baba, how are you? How are you doing? Yeah. So as usual, guys, my farm is here. My birds are really doing well. And Peter. Guys, they are really doing well. Pitako. Amewapea food. As usual, guys, before you get inside here, let me just protect them before they go out. Now stop making noise. Yeah, as usual, guys. We want to see how they are doing. Yeah, it's lunchtime. The sun is very hot, and you can see like they are all active here. See how they are running. They want to hide under the shed. It's time for lunch, guys. And today's main discussion, guys, we want to discuss the main challenges facing poultry farmers outside here. Not only me, not only you, everyone is facing a challenge. And this is what we're gonna discuss today. We're gonna assist others how we can work on the challenges are facing poultry farmers outside here. Yeah. Here we want to take our meals. And they know who usually feeds them. They know. See the way they are running up and down. First challenge, guys, of all is diseases. Diseases everywhere, guys. You should just make sure that you keep them healthy always. Make sure that all our feeders are cleaned at the right time. You can see they are very clean here. So diseases are all over. And that is the main challenge facing us as poultry farmers. Wherever we are, be it in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, where your farm is, you can share with us at the comment section, and we see if we are all facing the same challenges outside here. So diseases are the main. And diseases are everywhere. Yeah, and we have to know how we can prevent the rampant diseases like the diarrhea, the cocciditis, the smallpox, coughing everywhere. At least they spread. Yeah, when you talk about diseases, guys, we have some serious poultry diseases, poultry infections, and they affect us at every given stage. So we have to see how we can prevent these always. Before you start this type of business, first you have to be a risk taker. Because if you are not a risk taker, you can't take this. it will come a point whereby you lose your birds out of infection because of lack of knowledge, you see. And if there is how we can prevent that, the better. Prevention is always better than cure, and that's why I shared with you in my previous video. I shared before we were to let these our birds out, before we expose them to free range, there is a disease, there is an antibiotic that we have to give them. And I shared in that video how we were administering, the reason why we were to give them that type of medication before we let them to free range. Because outside here, we don't know who comes in, who gets out, at what point. Because they are at free range, guys, they can get infection everywhere. Scratching the ground, eating worms. And again, depends on the weather. The way right now it's too hot. Yeah, the sun is very strong. And that one comes with infections. So we have to see how we are preventing diseases in our farm. First, by keeping proper hygiene. Keeping proper hygiene is always very necessary, guys. Just make sure they eat a proper meal, good for their health, and there is water 24/7, and the environment they are is very clean, and their coop where they spend their day, their night is very clean with fresh sawdust always. Don't let the sawdust be absorbed with the droppings. Just make sure you keep that house clean, just to prevent serious infection. And number two, another challenge that affects us, apart from diseases and infections, we have poor feeding with little supplements, guys. And I always share how I supplement my feed. Like right now, what they are feeding on. Baba. Right now, the type of feed they are feeding on, this is growers. Yeah. We've just moved from chick mash to growers. As they grow, we have to follow the right procedure in their feed. Let me just show them. Yeah. We are just from, this is you see, Pembe, feeds from Pembe. Just make sure you know your distributor. You know who supplies you with the feed. Is it the right feed for the chicks? Just for now. For the chicks, is it the right feed? So make sure you give them the correct feed that will help them grow. Health-wise, it is always very important. Lucky, watakukula, yeah. So poor feeding is really affecting most farmers. Some will tend to, let me say, some will tend to use low quality feed just because they don't have enough money, enough capital to cater for the right feed. So they will tend to take the shortcut way, which is very risky. Just make sure, if you've decided you want to do this business, it is a business, pure business. Despite you can say you have a passion in keeping birds, yes, it is still business because you do it for money, not for free. You can't spend something without getting something in return, or good thing in return. So make sure before you buy any type of feed, know the distributor, know the supplement in it. Just be sure of what they are eating is good. So it is affecting majority of our farmers outside here. They tend to take the shortcut, bora kuku ikule, or as long as the feeds are there, as long as the birds are eating, they doesn't care the type of feed their birds are feeding on. Yeah, enjoy. Some are just full already. They're just walking up and down. Another thing that affects them is another thing that really affects us in this sector is poor management, guys. Poor management will affect majority of farmers just because we are doing this business and we don't know what it carries in it. So it will really affect majority of farmers. Management is always key in every business. How are you going to manage your farm? If you can't do it alone, you have that passion, you have the love for birds, hire someone who has the knowledge of running that farm and pay them well for them to do a good job, a tremendous job. Hire someone. But if you are in a position of managing your farm, please do it to the highest level, and it will really bring you a good outcome. So poor management, we have to know how to manage our farms. That is number 3. And number 4, we're gonna talk about the lack of organized market. Lack of organized market. I told you before you start this type of business, just make sure you do the correct thing. If you do the correct thing, market will come. And first, if you're a beginner, you have to know how to look for market wherever you are. You know your area where your business is located at. For a beginner, you will have to do marketing first. And you start small so that you don't go at a loss. Maybe you have many birds, they've reached midpoint and you don't have market, guys. It's really saddening because they will be wasting your feed, they will be eating, and you don't have somewhere you can take them. So you have to do market research, a thorough market research, depending your location where you are. It is always very important. So we've talked of diseases, guys. We've talked of Baba Wachakuachapa, you're beating birds. Stop it. We've talked of diseases, guys. We've talked of I've just talked about the poor management, lack of organized market, low productivity. If they don't eat well, there will be low productivity. If you don't feed them well, there will be, like I call it, stunted growth. There will be stunted growth in your farm. If you look at your bird, some will be growing so fast, some will take time to grow. There will be a stunted growth in your farm. And what causes this stunted growth? If they are not eating quality feeds, and again, if they are not eating enough, like you are not giving them enough feeds that will help them grow. And again, what brings this stunted growth? If you are not giving them balanced diet. It is always very important. Just make sure your birds take balanced diet. Wacha wakule. Yeah, everyone is eating. And how can we curb these challenges, guys? I've talked about this farmer satisfied farmer senior. I've talked about how we can curb these challenges. diseases, just make sure you take prevention measures. Just make sure you take prevention measures in your farm. Yeah, prevention is better than cure. Just make sure you do what is needed. You do your deworming at the right time. You give them the balanced diet that they need. Yeah, low genetic potential, guys, affect most farmers. Low productivity, we've talked about that. How to curb this low productivity, just make sure you give them the right quantity and the right quality. It will really help them. Yeah, make sure they have clean water, and water is always very, very important, very key in the health they eat and drink. It will improve their growth. So guys, these are the main challenges that are affecting us in these sectors, in this field of business. As much as we are doing it for leisure, as a passion, and again, it's business, pure business. So we have to make sure all our birds are in good condition, where they sleep, where they spend their day, where everything concerning their health. Be very serious about it. Be very serious about it. If you want them to grow uniformly like these ones, see, they are of the same age and they grow uniformly. This is always very important. So if you're a beginner and you want to start this type of project, this type of farming, just make sure you look for market before you do it, because you are a beginner. Majority doesn't know what you are doing on the ground. Do thorough marketing, do a proper management of your farm, keep records. If you can't do it, just hire someone to do it on your behalf. Disease control, it's a must in your farm. It's a must. Lazima ujue chanjo itachukuliwa lini. Just make sure you do it at the right time. Who are feeding with the little supplement, how to curb it, I've talked about it. Just make sure you give them quality feed and quantity. Quantity matters a lot. That one will help us get high productivity in our farm. If we practice all these, guys, everyone will be successful, and it will really help all of us. Whatever we are doing, wherever we are, it is always very necessary. If you are watching this video for the first time, guys, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, Lindet Solar Travels. And thank you so much for all my customers. I call you my customers, I call you my subscribers, I call you my family. Wherever you are, feel appreciated every day for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video. We learn and we grow together. Thank you so much. Say bye-bye. Okay, say hi. Yeah, nimeona baba. You look cute. Bye guys for now.